Ever since I can remember, my grandfather has been playing cards with his close friends. They don't play high stakes. It's just an enjoyable way to spend time together. That's my gramps there, Henry. These people at the table are some of his oldest and dearest friends. There's Eva Fried, wishing good luck to the table, and Manya Churston, sitting next to Gramps. Manya's husband, Mark, sitting with Lola Wellgreen. Everyone's ready for a night of action, especially that guy dealing there. That's Stanley Fried, Eva's husband.
I went into the camp from the factory to lay down, and I woke up only 3 weeks later without being conscious of what happened through these 3 weeks. The temperature was so high. My friends were telling me that I used to cry, I used to laugh and sing out of fever. And then in these 3 weeks, while I was unconscious, laying with high fever temperature, I lost all my family.
Stanley and his wife Eva came to America after the war, and he changed their name to Fried because he wanted his family to be freed of everything. Today, they live happily in Miami, Florida.
You meet all it was in concentration camp. The closest what we have. We have no families, so the friends are families. Nobody, I don't know what to share with them. Everybody was very much in agony and hungry, so it didn't have nothing to share with them.
I didn't think for 1 minute that I was sitting with my friends in concentration camp after 12-hour work. We were sitting on the bunks and talking. We all know that if the war going to finish 12 o'clock, someday the war going to be finished, it's not going to be forever, but if the war going to be finished 12 o'clock, a quarter to 12, they're going to kill all of us. Because they wouldn't leave witnesses that could tell the story like I'm telling you now the story. They wouldn't permit the Germans that the world should know what they did to innocent human beings.
My oldest brother, which was a champion soccer player, in 1939 he was chosen out of 3 million Jews in Poland. They picked 11-man team to represent the Polish Maccabees at the Olympic Games in Palestine. And the war broke out. He never made it. They caught him while he was handing over a package of food to his wife in a camp. They caught him and they arrested him, and he was shot. His wife, even though she knew that he was killed, it was such a love affair since childhood that after the war, when we came back to our homes in Lodz, Poland, she used to stay in the corner till late hours, 9 and 10 o'clock in the evening. We used to say to her, Rushka, her name was Rushka, Rose, why don't you go home? It's late. She used to say, I can go home. Robek will be back soon. His name was Roman. He'll come any minute, he'll be here.
Manya's 8-year-old daughter helped teach her English when they came to America. My grandpa, Henry, is a brilliant and strong man. Besides being friendly and very generous, he jogs 10 miles every day.
1944, they sent us all to Auschwitz-Birkenau. Over there, they send us over there, we know already that we're going to be killed. On the wagons, they used to take us on the train wagon back and forth. I saw they marked down on the wagon, some people marked it down, that we're going to death in Polish. And I read this and I saw it that we're going to death.
We came to the concentration camp already half dead, exhausted, undernourished, with fear, with everything. We learned something else in school. We learned to be polite, to respect people, to honor. In what we saw from the Germans. We were all confused,
At the camps, even though the people don't care about their lives, so they used to have these elections. They used to have this kind of wagons. They used to bring the people to the homes. So people used to run on the wagons to go to the homes. They don't want to live no more.
Mark Churston is a talented and creative man. At 65 years old, Mark started taking oil painting lessons. Today, he proudly displays them in his home.
In the next from the factory was a fence, and the other side was a hospital. This hospital was for children. One day, the Germans came with pickup trucks, open trucks, and they supposed to take off all children to make empty the hospital. When they start, they didn't bring down the children, but they put the trucks close to the windows. They went down, up, and they start by the 5th or 6th floor, and they throw the children on the truck. We see that, and every time when they throw a child, we cannot stay watching this. So 3 guys of us went over the fence. We went into the hospital, and we each one take one child and cover with something but from the bedding, and we came back through the fences and we hid 3 children.
My sister got also typhus, and after a short illness, she died in my arms. I begged the doctor to do something, Jewish doctor that was in camp. He says, how can I help her? I have no medication. So she just died. Next day they put her out in the lobby to wait for the pickup of the truck to take it to a pit, to a dump for dumping the bodies. While she was laying there in the nightgown, the irony of it is that some woman needed a nightgown for herself to sleep in, so that she took it off her, and there she was laying naked, dead and naked.
In the camp there the Germans have their pigs. And a Jew went to the pigs with something, and he took a little foot from the pigs. They catch him. They bring him to the middle on the post, and they took all Jews around to watch, and they said, this man stole food from the pigs. And you go from the behind and give him a shot with a gun straight in the neck. That's it, he did.
We always think about food. And when we used to sit on the bunks, I say, my goodness, if we ever survive this war, if we're going to be able to sit by a table with a loaf of bread and eat how much you want it. This going to be a possibility to sit by a loaf of bread with a knife and cut how many slices you wanted. That's what our dream, only food. Food was on our mind.
The liberated was April 30, 1945, and I saw the black coming with the tanks. See the first time, black. What kind of people is this? Anytime this was with the American uniform, with the American. I saw the trucks, the tanks, American tanks. They took us and then they took us into the P camp. They made it like a the P camp, and that was already there. And then I know already I'm free.
We got married after the war. Yeah, we had 2 children. And 3 grandchildren. So this is the future. And if I'm going to live with the past, I should close myself in a closet and cry. But life goes on. The wounds heal. Time heals, the way they say. So that we have a choice. We have to go on with life and make the best of it, whatever we can, profit from life.
We have 2 good and beautiful children. And like I said, 3 beautiful grandchildren. So we are happy. Of course, except for that wound that never heals. The biggest pain is that today, and already for the last maybe 10 or 20 years, coming up all kind of crazy people, racists, revisionists, Nazis, a new generation of them, and denying the whole thing. There was no Holocaust, they say. So what happened to my family? Why aren't they not here?
It's worth living to see all this tragedy what happened to that time. But it's still in all, when I look at this and I know what I went through, I know, I don't know who did it, or God, or somebody let me live and to bring up a new family, a new generation after me. So this gives me the lift to live up to these days.
Tonight's card game was over. Tonight's memories will last forever. Learn and remember.
The grandchildren, I would like to see them do in their lives. They should fight prejudice. They should preach tolerance and love the human being for each other. We are not different than anybody else. Our skin is the same color. Our eyes and hair are the same color. The religion, it shouldn't be like this. It's not right. So I'm born out of Jews, just like any other person is born out of Christians or out of Muslims, or he's born black with a black skin or white skin. There should be no prejudice. There should be understanding and love and tolerance. Nothing like this should never happen again. We are all God's children.